So now that you know how to use the brush tool, the paint bucket, the gradient tool, now I want to tell you about layer masks. Layer masks coupled with layers in Photoshop is the most powerful tool you've got. What I'm going to do is use this picture of my friend Jim, and I'm going to put a new layer on. This is the background bottom layer of Jim, and I don't want to destroy it at all. I'm going to put a new layer on top of it. Create new layer. You can see that it's a transparent layer. When I turn Jim off, nothing is on that layer. What I'm going to do for this demonstration is fill that in with a color. And what I want to do is I want to fill it in with a color from Jim. Let's see. Let's get one of this, some of this burgundy color right here. I'm going to use the eyedropper tool, pick that burgundy, and let's put Jim back all the way. And then with the paint bucket tool, fill in that layer above Jim. Okay, so now he's got a solid layer of burgundy on top of him. And this is just a layer without a mask on it right now. So let's put a mask on here, a layer mask. And the layer mask is the third icon in, add layer mask. So now I've got a layer mask here. And the layer mask is just what it says. It's a mask, and you can see that you can't see anything underneath that mask. It's covering it. You have to put holes in that mask in order to see below it. Now, notice that the mask is completely white. If the mask is completely white, it's got no holes in it. You can see all of the layer that it is on. I'm going to come over to my swatches, change it to black, choose a brush. That's a good size right there for an example. And I'm going to draw here with black. Now notice, in this layer up here, I have the color and I have the mask. If you have to be careful what you're drawing on. If I were to color right here on this layer, oops, it's not black anymore, hold on. I would, just what you would expect. I've got a brush, foreground color is black, I'm drawing on a layer, and so it draws black. If, on the other hand, now I click on the mask, and inside of that part of the layer, I'm going to draw with the brush in black. What it's going to do is put a hole in the layer. Check this out. Wherever I draw with the black, it puts a hole in the layer. And you can look over here. You can see the black. Let's switch to white and draw. Now wherever I'm drawing with white, it's filling up that hole. And I'm doing all of this. I can see some of the back of some of the picture underneath, some of it not, and I can edit it, and I'm never destroying or touching anything, any of the pixels on there. Let's get back to pure. Okay, so what are the kind of things I can do with that? Let's take this brush, make it completely hard edge, make it even bigger. Remember, I'm going to use my bracket keys to make it bigger. And I'm on the mask. I've got a black brush. I'm just going to click and put a big black circle right there, which, whoops, that's a white one. Make sure it's black. And kind of created a frame around Jim. That's kind of cool. Let's go back. How about we try the gradient tool? Remember when we did the gradient tool, there was a linear gradient, there was the radial gradient. Radial seems to be the one that will work here pretty well. And the radial gradient will go, the first click will start with the foreground color, which is black, and go to white, which is exactly what we want. So if I start right here, bring my gradient out to here, Jim starts to show through. I think it could be a little bit further. There. That's kind of neat. Okay. Maybe, let's go back to my brush tool and check this out. Let's check some kind of rough looking brush. There's one. Maybe make this a little bit bigger. And make it look like we sort of cleaned off a dirty window to show him through. So the biggest thing here I'm trying to demonstrate is the fact that if I draw black on this mask, I will be able to see what's underneath it. And if I draw white on this mask, I will be able to cover up what's beneath it. Okay,